Hello everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make this Lettie crop top. I actually had the written pattern published on my blog back in 2025 already. I will leave the link in the description, so if you prefer the written instruction, please feel free to check it out. But today I decided to make also the video so that if you're more like a visual person, you can also follow along and make this top for yourself. This is such a quick project, so I ended up made myself 3 different versions in different colors. And this is going to be a made to measure project, which means technically you should be able to use whatever hook size and yarn size for yourself. However, if you're looking after a similar result as mine, my gauge swatch is 19 double crochet stitches times 13 rows for a 10 by 10 square. So that's it for all the information you need to know before starting this project. If you are into this look and want to make yourself a cute new summer top, just follow along and let's get into it. And here are the tools and materials we are going to use to make our Lettie crop top. First, I am going to use a 4mm hook, a pair of scissors, and for the yarn, I am using this one called Lana Grossa Elastico. And I believe this one is categorized as a sports weight. And as you can tell in the name, actually the final fabric made with this yarn will have a little bit of elastic quality, and a tape measurement to take the measurement for our body, and a couple of stitch markers. To start this project, take a tape measurement and put it around your neck to take the circumference of the neck. Once you have the number, multiply it by 0.4, and this will be the target length we need for the starting chain. While making up the starting chain, the other thing we need to focus on is to make the stitch number in multiple of 6 plus 3. So your final chain might be a little bit longer or shorter than your target length, but it doesn't matter. As long as we follow these 2 principles. First, the target length coming from our measurement. Second, the stitch number the pattern is calling for, which is again 6 plus 3. So to follow my measurement, I made the chain of 27 stitches to reach about 14 centimeter. And here are my 27 chain stitches. To start row 1, in the first chain stitch, I am going to make a beginning double crochet, which is basically a stocked single crochet, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So in the first chain stitch, let me zoom in a little. In this first chain, I already chained 1 to build up the height. So in this case, we will be working on the second chain, this one. In this chain, I am going to make a single crochet like this. And then on the left leg of this single crochet, I am inserting my hook and make another single crochet. And that's it. This will be considered our first double crochet, and here is where we are going to work in the next row here. And for the rest of the row, we are just going to make 1 double crochet into each chains. Here I am close to the end of our first row. And this is my last double crochet. Okay, to start our second row, I am going to chain 4. and these 4 chains represent a double crochet and chain 1. And we turn our work into the second stitch, which is this one. I'm going to make a front post double crochet. Oh, sorry, this is a back post. A front post double crochet, you insert your hook from the back of the stitch and then make a double crochet. This is the front post. Okay, and then for this round we are going to repeat this chain 2, skip 2 stitches, and front post in the next one. Chain 2, skip 2, and front post. Again, chain 2, skip this 2, and front post double crochet. We're going to repeat like this until the end of this row. And here we are in our last repeat. Chain 2, skip 2, front post double crochet in the next stitch. When we have 1 stitch left in our second row, we're going to chain 1 and then double crochet in the last stitch. This is our second row. Okay, to start the third row, we chain 1, turn our work, and again we are going to do this stocked single crochet to make a double crochet beginning stitch for this row. So single crochet and into the left leg single crochet. And then we are going to make 2 double crochets in the first chain 1 space, which is this one. 2 double crochets. And here comes our pattern repeat. Let me organize my yarn a little bit. Okay. For this row, we are going to do 1 back post double crochet, and then 2 double crochet in the chain 2 space. Okay, this is the repeat for our row 3. We are going to do 1 back post double crochet and 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space from the previous row. And here I am reaching my last chain 2 space. As before, I am inserting 2 double crochets here in this chain 2 space, a back post double crochet here, and then I am going to do 2 double crochet in this chain 1 space. Remember, this chain 4 we are considering it as 1 double crochet and chain 1, so here there's a chain 1 space, and I am going to put 2 double crochets here, and then in the last double crochet I'm simply putting 1 double crochet. So I'm going to put this double crochet on the 3rd chain, and that's it. This is the end of our row. Entering row 4, we are going to chain 4 again, and like before, this will be considered as 1 double crochet and chain 1. So to the next stitch, we are doing a front post double crochet, chain 1, skip this one, and front post again. And here comes our repeat. We are going to chain 2, skip these two double crochets that we put in the chain space, and we're going to put 1 front post double crochet into the next stitch. Okay, chain 2, skip 2, and front post here. Keep this repeat until we are having 3 stitches left on this row. And here we are, keep repeating like what we did until we have 3 stitches left. Here are my last 3 stitches. From here, my last front post double crochet, I am going to chain 1 and skip this one, front post double crochet here in the second last stitch. And chain 1 again, and I'm going to put a normal double crochet here in my last stitch. Oops. Ecco. To start row 5, we make 1 chain, turn our work, and again we are going to do a double crochet turning chain in the first stitch. So let's stack our single crochet like this, and then we are going to put 1 double crochet in the chain 1 space and back post double crochet in the next stitch. And then in the next chain 2 space, we are going to put 2 double crochets, oh sorry, this one is a chain 1 space, not chain 2. And then we're gonna start our repeat from here. 1 back post double crochet along with 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, just like before. 1 back post double crochet, 2 double crochet stitches in the chain space. Let's just take a very quick look of our work right now. As you can see, now with the increased stitch on every row, we are creating this diagonal line on both sides to enlarge our panel. And this is where we used to cover from below our neck to the upper part of our chest, like I show here in the picture. So let's just keep doing this repeat, back post double crochet and 2 double crochets until the last chain 1 space. So here I am at the end of this row. This is my back post double crochet, and in the next chain 1 space I am going to put 2 double crochets, just like what we did on the beginning side. And here I am going to put 1 back post double crochet, and in our last chain 1 space we are going to put 1 double crochet, and then double crochet in the last stitch, so the 3rd chain here. Here is our 5th row. To start the row 6, we are going to chain 6, which count as 1 double crochet and chain 2. Oh, sorry, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 double crochet and chain 2. And turn our work. We skip the 1st stitch, which is this one. This is the 1st stitch. We skip this one and make a front post double crochet here. Chain 2, skip 2 and make a front post here. And this is the repeat we are going to make for this row. Chain 2, skip 2, front post double crochet here. Here we're reaching the end of our row 6. Chain 2, skip 2, front post double crochet here. And here we have 2 stitches left. We're going to chain 2, skip the 2nd last stitch and double crochet in the last stitch. To start our next row, we chain 1 and turn our work. Stock single crochet to make a double crochet beginning stitch. And we are going to put 2 double crochets in this chain 2 space. And then, as you can already guess, we are going to put a back post double crochet here. So obviously this one, this is row 7, so the even number rows are our right side of the panel, okay? Going back to row 7, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, and then a back post double crochet, 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space, and 1 back post double crochet. We're going to repeat this until the last chain 2 space. Here I am at the end of my row 7. I'm putting 1 back post double crochet here, and in my last chain 2 space I am putting 2 double crochets here and 1 normal double crochet in the last stitch, which is the 3rd chain. Okay. Here I finish my row 7. And this is what we are going to do. You see the shaping is taking places. So basically from here we are just going to keep repeating from row 4 to row 7 to increase the height of this panel while keep adding width. So when you place your panel below your neck, the 2 points on the lower edge hit the tip of your armpit, like this. So now that our upper chest part is covered, we are entering the main chest part, which we wouldn't like to have these holes on our fabric. We would like to have proper coverage. And then from here, we are going to make the increase more drastically so that the panel can enlarge, covered our side boobs, and then reach our back. So for the next row, we are going to chain 3. Let me zoom in a little. Okay, chain 3, even a bit more. And then in the second chain, we are going to make 1 beginning double crochet, which again is our stacked single crochet. Okay, this is our beginning double crochet, which is our first stitch in this row. And then in the next chain, 1 double crochet. And then into the next 3 stitch, we are just going to put 1 double crochet into each of this stitch. So 1, 2, and 3. And for the next stitch, since this is the right side that we're working on, we are going to put a front post double crochet. And then here's our repeat. 2 double crochet, and 1 front post double crochet. We are going to do so until we have 1 stitch left in this row, and I will meet you there. So here I am almost done. Just a couple of stitches left. Front post. And then I have 3 stitches left here. I am just going to put 1 double crochet into each of these stitches. Okay, so at the end of this row, I am going to increase 2 stitches, just like what I did at the beginning of the row. And to do so, I am going to add 2 foundation double crochet here. So if you are not familiar with foundation double crochet, this is how we are going to do that. Yarn over, and for our first foundation double crochet, we're going to insert the hook into the last stitch. Yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop again, and this chain that we just made will be the foundation chain for our first foundation double crochet. So from here, we just need to finish our double crochet. Okay, so this is 1 foundation double crochet made. Let's make the second one. Yarn over, and this time we are going to insert our hook in this base chain of the previous foundation double crochet. And what we need to pay attention here is when you insert your hook, make sure to take both the front and the back loop. Okay, and then we yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, And like the previous one, this is the foundation chain of our second foundation double crochet. So for the rest, we just need to finish our double crochet. And here we go. Here we go. This is the 2 foundation double crochet made. And for the next row, we are going to again chain 3 and turn our work. So like the previous one, with this chain 3, we basically increase 2 stitches. The third one is the height of our first stitch, which we are going to make a stuck single crochet like this. So our first double crochet is made in the second chain, okay? And then we make another double crochet in the next chain, and from here we are going to double crochet into these 2 stitches, 1 each. 1 double crochet and 1 double crochet. And for this one, the next one, we are going to make a back post double crochet because we're working on the wrong side of our panel. So back post, and voila. And this is how we're gonna repeat 2 double crochet coming with the 2 double crochet and 1 back post double crochet. Okay, just keep doing this until the end of this row. When I have 3 stitches left, I will make the back post double crochet into the third last one, and then 2 double crochet normally. At this point, just like the previous row, we are going to make 2 foundation double crochet at the end. So yarn over, insert the hook, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull up another loop, and then finish the double crochet. Again, yarn over, insert the hook into the base of the previous foundation double crochet we made, give it a foundation, and then finish our double crochet. And we chain 3 and turn, and get ready for the next row. For this row, like the previous one, we are going to put 1 beginning double crochet into the second chain. Like this. And then a double crochet in the next chain. And a double crochet in the next stitch. And for the next one, since this is the right side of our panel, we are going to make a front post double crochet. And then just continue with our repeated pattern, 2 double crochet with 1 front post double crochet all the way across this row. Okay, now we're at the end of this row. Going to make the last stitches, and into this second last stitch I'm going to work a front post double crochet, and then into the last stitch a normal double crochet. And from here, just like in the previous rows, I am going to make 2 foundation double crochets to do the increase. Make sure to grab both loop, and this is my second foundation double crochet. And for the next row, we are going to chain 3, turn our work. And just like we did previously, into the second chain, we are going to make a stack single crochet, which shape our first double crochet. And then into the next chain, another double crochet. And into the follow 3 double crochet, we are just going to work 1 double crochet into each of these stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. And since this is our wrong side, for the next stitch, I'm going to make a back loop double crochet. Sorry, back post double crochet. And then onto our repeat, 2 normal double crochet, follow with 1 back post double crochet, all the way across this row. Here I am at the end of my 4th row. For the next remaining stitch, I'm just going to put 1 double crochet into each stitch. And then at the end, I'm going to add 2 extra foundation double crochet. Here's 1 and 2. To start our row 5, I chain 3, turn my work, and like we did before, into the second chain, I'm going to make my first stacked single crochet. And then into the next chain stitch, I make a normal double crochet. Okay, now let's take a look at our work. From the previous row, our earliest front post is here. And 2 normal double crochet should be in front of it, which makes this one a front post as well. So with that in mind, the next 2 stitches we are going to make normal double crochet. And then the next one will be a front post. So here I'm making a front post double crochet. And for the rest of the row, we are just going to keep repeating 2 double crochets and 1 front post double crochet all the way to the end. So again, here I'm reaching the end of my row 5. This will be my last front post double crochet. And in the next stitch, I am just going to make 1 double crochet into each stitches. And as before, I'm going to make 2 foundation double crochets for the increase. Okay, now start to the 6th row. I chain 3, turn my work, and into the second chain, I'm going to make a beginning double crochet, which is a stuck single crochet. And into the next chain, 1 double crochet. And now I'm onto my solid stitch from the previous row. Next stitch, I'm going to make a normal double crochet. And since this is the wrong side of my work, into the next stitch, I am going to work a back post double crochet. And from here, we are entering the repeating part. So 2 double crochets, follow with 1 back post double crochet. and we're gonna repeat this all the way until the end. Now I'm reaching the end of my 6th row. This is going to be my last back post double crochet, and I'm going to work 1 double crochet in the last stitch and 2 foundation double crochet as the increase. Okay, so from here I want to show you how our work look like so far, because from here we are just going to keep repeating the chest row from row 1 to row 6. And the goal here is to enlarge the panel in the way that when it sits on our body, the fabric is covering the part of our chest on the side as well, and extend it from there, reaching the back, the beginning of the back. So go ahead and make the repeat as many times as needed according to your own body shape, and just keep in mind that at the end of these rows we need to have the total stitch count in, again, multiple of 6 plus 3. So here I made in total 8 rows on my main chest panel, and this is the coverage I need. So now from here on I'm going to stop increasing. But here I wanted to mention that if you have difficulties recognizing the rhythm of the front pose, back pose, where you should do them, then I would suggest you to finish your increase at one of the repeat of row 2. In that case, you will be able to follow the exact step I am going to do here in this tutorial. So to start this section, the new section where we stop increasing, we chain 1 and turn our panel to the right side. And we do 1 double crochet beginning stitch. Let me zoom in a little. And for the next stitch, this one, we are going to do a front post double crochet. And then 2 double crochets and 1 front post, and repeat like this: 2 double crochet followed with 1 front post double crochet, and we will keep working like this the whole way across until we have 4 stitches left. Okay, so here I am having 4 stitches left on this row. These 2 I am going to put 1 double crochet and 1 front post to the second last stitch, and 1 double crochet to the last stitch. This is how I finish this row without any increase. And for the next one, chain 1, turn your work. And here, since this is the wrong side of our panel, we are going to be working back post double crochet. So for the first stitch, a double crochet beginning stitch, and here is our front post from the previous row. This is where we are going to make a back post double crochet in this row, and then 2 double crochets, and again 1 back post double crochet. And we are just going to keep on repeating this 2 double crochet with 1 back post double crochet all the way across this row. Here I am at the end of this row. This is my last back post double crochet, and 1 last double crochet in the last stitch. Let's take a look at our panel now. So as you can see here, we just made 2 rows without any increasing. So from here, your panel is just going to grow long straight, and you will just need to keep repeating this row 1 and row 2 until the length of this part without any increasing, covers the whole area of your breast. So the lower edge of this panel should reach the lower edge of your breast. So for this part, we are going back to the mesh design we used on the neck area, since the coverage is not that mandatory anymore. The next row, we are going to chain 1 and work from the right side of the panel. For the first stitch, we are going to make a beginning double crochet, and then front post double crochet here. And for the rest, we are going to work exactly like we did with the neck part, which we are going to chain 2, skip the 2 double crochet, and make the front post double crochet in the post stitch. Okay, chain 2, skip 2, and front post. And this is what we are going to repeat all the row across. Here at the end of this row, this is my last front post, and I am going to put one double crochet into this last stitch here. And then for the next row, we chain 1, turn our work, starting with a beginning double crochet, and for this stitch I am going to do a back post double crochet. And then, like the mesh we did on the neck part, we are putting 2 double crochets into this chain 2 space and 1 back post double crochet, and just repeat like this. So here I am at the end of this second row. I'm putting 2 double crochets in this chain space, 1 back post, and then to finish this row I am just going to put, no, not this, I'm just going to put 1 final double crochet into the last double crochet stitch. And this is what it's gonna look like from the right side. This is exactly the same pattern where we have in the upper chest part. And from here you're just gonna keep repeating these 2 rows to create the mesh design as long as you want. However, I recommend to not make the top longer than the narrowest part of your waist to keep the outline straight. And I think that would be the best look for this design. Another thing to keep in mind is that before heating the desired length, consider leaving like 1.5 to 2 centimeter for our shell aging design. So here I made 3 rows for this part, and I will stop in one of the row 1 repeat before I continue to my border design. And to do the border, chain 1 and turn your work. And in the first 2 stitches, we are going to put 1 single crochet into each stitch. And remember, we were aiming on having the stitch count of multiple of 6 plus 3. This is where it comes in use. So we are going to skip these 2 chains. So skip the whole chain 2 space. And then make 5 double crochet all into this stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we are going to skip the next chain 2 space and single crochet in the next stitch. And this is how we're going to repeat across the row. Skip the chain 2 space, put 5 double crochet into the next stitch. 3, 4, 5. Skip the next chain 2 space and put 1 single crochet into the next stitch. Here we are almost at the end of our shell row. And 5. And now I have 2 stitches left here. I am just going to put 1 single crochet into each of these stitches. And now we are going to build a border. Let me show you the whole look. We are going to build a border along our top, a border all around, while on these 2 corners building long enough stripes so we can have the top tied across our shoulder and wrap with this cross to the back. Okay, so to do so, in this first corner, this is the last stitch we made for the shell aging row. And we are not going to break our yarn. We're going to continue start the border. For the first corner, we are going to chain 4 to form a loop for later on to weaving our stripes. And then we're going to put 1 single crochet in this same last stitch. And for the rest, we are just going to put single crochet along this side as even as possible until we reach the second corner. And here we are reaching the next corner. Let me put 1 single crochet also here. And this is where we are going to make another loop with 4 chains. and then again single crochet in the same stitch. So we have one loop here and one loop here. And now, like before, we are just going to make very relaxed single crochet all the way up until the point for the next stripe. Okay, I am reaching on the upper corner of my top. Let me put one single crochet also here, and then one single crochet in the first beginning chain. And here, before we turn to this part of the edge, we need to make our stripe. So here we need to make a chain stripe long enough so we can use this stripe to pass through the upper loop from our sides, this upper loop, and then cross in our back and get through the lower loop on the other side. This side we hadn't made it, but you know what I'm saying. And then after making this cross on the back, the length should be enough to make a tie. Okay, so if you don't know exact the length, I suggest you to make the chain and then just try it on to see if the chain is long enough. And for me, I already know I need, like, for my gauge, I need to make a chain of 150. So that's what I am going to do here. And here I have my 150 chains. This is the end of my chain. And here, if you want, this is a good place to add some charms, so you have some extra weight on your stripe to help it always stay in place. So I'm going to add this charm here. Get in. Okay. And then from here, you are just going to slip stitch into each of these chain stitches all the way back to your panel. So here I am reaching back to the beginning of my chains. At this end, I'm going to first put one single crochet into the same stitch where I have my single crochet before I starting my chain, and then one single crochet into each stitch across until I reach the next corner where I am going to make the second stripe. And here on the other corner, we are going to repeat the same thing for the stripe. And in my case, I am going to again chain 150, put my charms at the end, and then slip stitch back to this stitch. Okay, and this is my last slip stitch. Now I'm back to the second corner on the top, and I'm just gonna make one single crochet into the same stitch where I started my chain. And here is my second stripe. Okay, so from now I am just going to single crochet along this side of the edge, and then I will make another loop of chain 4, single crochet down, and then another loop of chain 4. Put one here and one here. This is my last corner. Let's make a chain 4, one single crochet, and then here I will just make a slip stitch into the first single crochet I made around this border, and then I'm just going to cut my yarn. And there you go, your Lettie crop top is done. All left is about weaving the end, blocking your work, and then you can enjoy your summertime with your handmade crop top. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you really take some time to give this quick project a try. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!